Happy morning, dear students of grade 7. So, welcome back. I hope you are doing well, staying at home amid lockdown. At the same time, we are not supposed to ignore our studies. So, we will have to continue. So, today we are here to discuss about this chapter, how to balance a chemical equation. When we talk about a chemical equation here, when a magnesium reacts with oxygen, it produces magnesium oxide as shown in the equation. We call this as word equation. This is an word equation because in this here a chemical change is written, a magnesium plus oxygen, and this arrow mark indicates reaction is going on, reaction is taking place. This arrow mark indicates that. So we call this as a word equation because here symbols are not used as well as formulas are not used to represent a chemical change. To show the chemical change, we are writing in a word in math. So we call this as a word equation. Down below there is one more equation, same equation written, but by using symbols and formulas. Here the symbol of magnesium, the symbol of oxygen. When magnesium reacts with oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide. So we call this as chemical equation written by using symbols and formula. This is a chemical equation, but what kind of chemical equation? We call this also as a chemical equation, but it is written in a word form. So we call it as word equation. This is a word equation. The same word equation down below written by using symbols of magnesium, symbol of oxygen, symbol of magnesium oxide. So we call this as chemical equation, but it is skeletal. Skeletal equation. Now why we are calling this as a skeletal equation? Because this side, the left side is reactant side. In an equation, this side we call as reactant side, and this right side, this both, and this one we call as product. Look at this. Left side, the reactant side. What is the magnesium is there, oxygen is there. So how many reactants we have in a given equation? 2. Number 1 reactant is magnesium. Reactant number 2 is oxygen. So these two reactants, the things which are written on the left side in a chemical equation, we call them reactants. So in a given equation, how many reactants are there? 2. Number 1 reactant is magnesium, number 2 reactant is oxygen. And what are the products formed during this reaction? Only one product is there, that is magnesium oxide. So this is a product. Now why we are calling this as a skeletal equation? Because if a given equation, number of atoms on reactant side and product side, if they are not equal, then it is called skeletal equation. Unbalanced equation also we can call. The other term we can use for this, the equation which is not balanced. Can you see this given equation is balanced now? Reactant side what we have? Magnesium we have. Then what we have? Oxygen we have. So number of magnesium atoms 1. Number of oxygen atoms 2. Okay. This is about reactant side. Now come to the product side. Product side also we have magnesium. How many number of magnesium? 1. Number of oxygen? 1. So is it balanced? No. When we call as given equation is a balanced chemical equation, if the number of atoms on both sides, reactant side and product side, they should be equal when we count them in this way, then we can call that given equation is a balanced chemical equation. Now here we are calling this equation here as a skeletal equation because number of atoms, when we count reactant side and product side, they are not matching. Are they matching? See here. Magnesium is matching. Okay, fine. Reactant side magnesium atom is 1, product side also magnesium atom is 1. Reactant side oxygen atom is 2, but product side oxygen atoms are not matching. It's 1. So it needs to be balanced. So what is the step 1? Now, before that, I would like to tell you what is. Just a moment. Now, let me erase this. See, the first step here, this 2 is written here down below, 2. We call this digit used in a chemical equation. This arrow mark is used to indicate, to show that reaction is going on, reaction is taking place. And this digit is which is written at the bottom, it is called subscript. Subscript. What it is called? This digit. For example, if it is written Mg2, it is a subscript. O2, it is a subscript. Sometimes, for example, here magnesium. Before magnesium, there are 2 Mg. What does it indicate? This digit that indicates 2 atoms of magnesium. As we call the digit which is written down below to the atomic symbol, that is called as subscript. If the digit which is written before the symbol of magnesium or whatever, oxygen, suppose this is oxygen. That indicates, this digit indicates 2 atoms of oxygen, 2 molecules of oxygen. If it is written only O, that indicates symbol of oxygen. If it is written in this way, it's a molecule of oxygen. Is it? So this is subscript. Now before this, if you write 2, that is called coefficient. What it is? Coefficient. That digit we call as coefficient. The digit whichever written before the symbol of any element. That is called coefficient. While balancing the chemical equation, we can change coefficient, not the subscript. We need not to change any subscript. These are the rule of balancing chemical equation. What digit to be changed? Coefficient to be changed while balancing any chemical equation. Now, number 1 step. As the given skeletal equation is not balanced. In this case, we have counted the number of atoms present on reactant side and the number of atoms present on product side. So we have come to know that number of atoms on reactant side and product sides are not matching. So therefore we concluded that the given equation is not balanced, therefore it is a skeletal equation. So how to balance now? Magnesium plus oxygen, it gives magnesium oxide. Is it? Because here 2 are there. Number of atoms of oxygen are 2. So this right side, product side, you can multiply by 2. Are you able to understand? 2. We have to write, keep a coefficient number as 2. Now count it. Now reactant side first we count. Magnesium 1, oxygen 2. Come to the product side now. Magnesium atoms are 2. This 2 coefficient is written before the formula of magnesium oxide. This coefficient. So this coefficient is applicable for magnesium as well as oxygen. So we are considering a number of atoms of magnesium are 2. Now this is applicable for magnesium as well as oxygen. So we can call oxygen atoms are also 2. Now is it balanced? No. Now therefore first step what we have done? We have calculated the number of atoms, reactant side and product side. Second step what we have done? The right side, product side is multiplied by using 2 as a coefficient. Now we counted. Now here oxygens are equal on reactant side and product side both. Then what is less? Magnesium. Then you can write one more coefficient here before the magnesium. Multiply this by 2. Then now count it. How many magnesiums here? 2. How many oxygens? 2. Now product side also let us count. Number of magnesium atoms? 2. Number of oxygen atoms? 2. Now reactant side and product side, is it matching? Number of atoms, reactant side and product side. Therefore, the equation can be written as 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO. This is a balanced chemical equation of this chemical change. 2 magnesium plus O2, 2Mg plus O2 gives rise to 2MgO. Therefore, the equation can be written in this. So, this is a balanced chemical equation. So, the given chemical equation have both number of atoms on both sides, reactant side and product sides are equal. So, therefore, we call this is not a skeletal equation, this is a balanced chemical equation. So, these are the steps we have to follow while balancing any chemical equation. So this is it for today. Further more examples will be discussed in our next session. Thank you.